Hello everyone, my name is Nishka and today I'm going to be talking about a very important topic, that is how to show confidence and charisma in social situations. I feel like this is kind of a topic which is not talked about that much, but it is the most important thing if you want to grow, if you want to make new friends, if you want new opportunities to come your way, and if you want to network with people. I genuinely think that showing confidence is important because only if you approach new people, talk to them, find a common ground, only then can you truly grow and get and network and get more opportunities. Now, I want to firstly apologize for not uploading a video for so long. Actually, I had exams, and in India, we have like exams during this time, half yearly, and now we have vacation. And happy Dashara and Navratri to everyone. So, I am excited to upload new episodes now that I have more free time. Right. So, let's come back to the topic. I want to talk about social anxiety firstly, and this is not the diagnosed version because I'm not a therapist and I'm not certified at all. So, in general, if you're awkward to talk to people and if you are, a bit like shy around others, then I think this video is really important for you. Firstly, I would like to talk about this book by Dale Carnegie, which is, I think that's how you pronounce it, but I think the name of the book is How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I really like this book. Okay, so I'll tell you some of the main points that I really like. Firstly, is that you should, whenever you're approaching a person, you should approach them like politely with a compliment. Okay, like small appreciation is always one of the best ways to start a conversation. Small talk, right? It's actually really underrated, but it is so effective. Small talk is one of the best ways to start a conversation, and I'm going to tell you how. Let's say you see a person. Okay, what is one of the best things you find on them? Let's say you find that they have a really pretty necklace. Okay, you just go up to them and say, "Hi, I'm Nashka, and I really like the necklace that you have." And you're like, and they will firstly feel flattered that okay, somebody has complimented me, and that is the best way to start a conversation because they might compliment you and be like, "I really like your outfit today," or they might be like, "Oh yeah, I got it from a mall nearby," and one of the best ways to start the conversation. Another important and underrated aspect, which I feel, is to have the courage to start the conversation, right? That also shows a very confident aspect of your personality that you have the courage to, go up to people and start a conversation. I think that is also important in influencing people. The second aspect is to never say anybody that, okay, you're wrong, or pointing out their mistakes, or direct criticism, right? It is never good, okay? I think whenever you're talking to a person, you outrightly say that, okay, you're wrong. That shows a negative impression of you. It shows that, you're not that accepting, or it may show that you're not an agreeable person, right? If you want to keep the conversation going and like look polite, look more approachable, have charisma, then it is important to never criticize the person directly, but do it indirectly and smartly. I'm going to show you how. Let's say a person approaches to you, and then, okay, you start a conversation, whatever. And in between, they say that, oh, yeah, US is way more developed than India. Okay. This is not a controversial statement. I'm just saying it as an example. And you feel that India is better than the US. This can lead to argument. It can lead to the conversation not going well, right? Now, how do you use the situation smartly? You can say, yes, I agree with you that in these aspects, US might be better, but this of India is also better. So you need to put your point forward, but put it in a way that doesn't criticize or offend the other person. And once you have the trust of the other person, then it is so much easier to influence them. And third part of it is to be a good listener, right? If you listen to them carefully, if you pay attention, or if you act like you are genuinely interested, then that is going to show them that you are, a very, like, a good person, right? And that is important. Like, if you want to show that, if you want to feel confident, and when you approach people you want to have like positive conversation, then it is important to be a good listener, to act like you're genuinely interested in them, and not, make it seem like it's fake. I think that's important. Okay, now let's take a pause from the topic, and I just want to share an experience. So, I recently went to an MUN. I think I mentioned this in my first episode, but I'm not sure. So, I recently went there, and I was like, the moment everybody showed up, I went up to them and I asked them about, my opinion on the topic, what I'm representing. I kind of put my point forward to everybody I met in that MUN, and at the end, I feel like most of them voted for me. And this is a huge aspect, because if you approach people, if you talk to people, if you express, then that is a very good skill to influence people. Now, this is what some people might call, you should know how to sell yourself, right? And this is not in the literal way where you're actually selling yourself. It's not deceiving or anything, but it's more like you are able to showcase your values, your like achievements, and do it in a way that isn't, showing off, but it is kind of influencing the other person to like you or to, appreciate you. Okay, persuasion. I think influencing and persuasion are almost, they go hand in hand. And persuasion is a very important skill. Like, let's say you're in a job interview and you have to talk to a person and you want them to hire you. You need to persuade the person to hire you, right? To persuade them that there is no other or better candidate. So, persuasion is an important skill. And if you want to persuade them, then you need to be confident. You need to show that you can sell yourself, that you're confident, that you can communicate, right? And all those skills actually matter. Now, coming back to the concept of social anxiety, I would say that you should look within. Look at yourself and feel that, why am I anxious around people? Am I insecure? Do I have fear of judgment, fear of criticism? What is it? Like, why am I not approaching people? Why am I shy? Right? Why am I nervous around other people? There might be some reason. Find the root cause. What is it that is leading you to do this? One of the main things that I feel are either fear of judgment or fear of embarrassment, right? Like, what if you end up saying something wrong, or what if they do not like you, or things like that? I would like to say that nobody cares, okay? Everybody is in their own world, and okay, you embarrass yourself, they're gonna remember it for, let's say, 5 minutes. After that, they're gonna go home and then they're gonna forget everything you ever said. It's not that deep, and it's completely okay to experiment, okay? It is okay to meet new people, try new things, and just let go of this fear of judgment, because nobody cares. They're too busy thinking about what they said or what they think, and they don't think, like, it doesn't matter. They won't think about you that much. Okay, moving ahead, I would like to say the most cliched statement of all time, which is, be yourself. And I know people be like, what do you even mean by being yourself, right? It means to be your most authentic self and not care about what other people think about you or what is their perception. I think a huge aspect of confidence is to be yourself, because if you love yourself, if you have self esteem, if you're confident within yourself, then it's going to reflect in everything you do, and it's going to reflect in how you approach people and how you talk to them and everything you do. People who love themselves usually are not influenced by others' opinion of themselves, which makes them more carefree. And in my opinion, being carefree is a sign of confidence. So, we have talked about what is confidence, what shows confidence, and things like that. But a very important aspect why I made this video is how to be confident, right? We understood that if you want to overcome social anxiety, then you need to understand the root cause, which is which might be the fear of judgment or insecurity. Then we saw that nobody actually cares about it, nobody thinks so much, and it's you who's overthinking about the situation. So you should be yourself. And in which way? By loving yourself, by thinking that you're good, and if people don't like you, it's not you, it's them, right? They're missing out, and it's their fault that they do not get vibe with you, or it just may be the situation. Basically, not being influenced by what others think about you is being carefree, which is again a sign of confidence. Coming back to how to be confident, first step is to look good and external factors. I know this may sound like confidence is from within and things like that, but I do think that external factors do influence your opinion about yourself. Like sometimes, at least, if you wore a very nice outfit, you have your hair up and you look amazing, your makeup is spot on, you'll probably be more confident, and you'll probably approach people with so much more confidence because you know that you feel charismatic, or you know that you feel confident. These aspects also matter, and I think if you are able to like be confident how you look, and just consider yourself to be a charismatic person, then it is so much easier because half of the roadblock is just gone, right? Okay, coming back, our second step is to practice. Okay, and like any other skill, confidence is also a skill, right? You need to keep practicing it to be better at it. Like small gatherings, or like just family meets, or like random places where either nobody knows you or everybody loves you. These two are the best situations to experiment. So you can go up to people, talk to them, and let's say it's your friend's birthday party, okay, and you don't know this kid, but you think that he's an amazing person. Go up to him and ask him like, "Hi, what's your name? My name is this," and something like that, starting the conversation. You are so free to experiment because you'll probably never meet these people again. And even if you do, it's okay. Nobody remembers. And small gatherings are the best place to try out things, to experiment, to tell jokes that you haven't told before, and just talk to new people and get to know different perspectives, right? Okay. Our third aspect is setting goals. This is kind of in relation with practicing. Just give me a second. Right. So this whole aspect of setting goals is in relation with practicing, because okay, let's say you have a plan to go to a location where there are going to be a lot of people, and you set a goal like, I'm going to introduce myself to three people. Okay, no matter who they are, you're going to go there and you're going to introduce yourself to three new people. And I think that's a very cool thing, because if you have goals, then you will be forced to introduce yourself. You're going to be forced to practice. And, maybe you can be like, I need to start a conversation with 10 people in that gathering. And I think that's a very, important thing. And setting goals is a huge aspect of it. Moving ahead, I would like to add that, okay, assuming you did embarrass yourself, it is a skill to not be embarrassed and to start laughing at it, okay? And this may seem dumb, but okay, you did something that is embarrassing, start laughing, okay? Okay, let's say you were walking and you kind of just tripped and you stood up, just start laughing. It is the easiest way to, like, to solve a situation. When you have embarrassed yourself, just start laughing, make others feel comfortable, don't make the situation awkward, and then just laugh for like, let's say, half a minute, and then just continue with your conversation. One of the best ways, right? And it may seem a bit weird, but if you embarrass yourself, you are creating something like, it's a kind of relatability, right? Because okay, you're not the only one who admires yourself. Might be some other person did. You both admire yourself. You're able to relate to each other, right? You never know. But okay, I'm talking to this person. I embarrass myself. I start laughing. This other person sees me and they're like, "Oh wait, I also did that in my last party, and I didn't have the confidence to laugh about it." And they may think that okay, this is such a relatable situation, and she seems like a cool girl, so they may approach you. Basically, the concept is confidence isn't just accepting who you are, loving yourself, and just laughing about yourself, just having fun in the conversation, right? And another important aspect is to keep the conversation going. Okay, I know it may feel like at some point it becomes awkward and feels like it's better to just stop, but don't let it. Okay, just keep it going. You might find something cool about yourself, some fact that you did not know. If you keep talking, it's a good thing. If it's from your side, let's say the other person keeps talking and you're not even responding, then it is important to keep the conversation going. Act like you're interested, like you're genuinely interested in them. Ask them about their opinion on a topic. Keep the conversation going. Make it like, no, don't make it like stop, right? Keep the conversation flowing. Okay. Now, I think overthinking is also a huge aspect when it comes to confidence, because let's say you've spoken something and now you're overthinking, like, should I have stole that, or is this correct, or you're overthinking about what you said. And I don't think you should do that, because that is a sign of low confidence. If you're able to just be confident in what you say and accept, okay, I've said it, now I've said it, there's nothing I can do. So it's better to just stop overthinking overall and just, forget about it. It's okay. Okay. Moving on, I think eye contact is also important. Whenever you're talking, if you look at the person like straight, and if you're able to talk confidently, not overthink, look at them while you're talking, that is actually an amazing skill. Because I think that eye confidence shows eye contact. Why did I say that? Eye contact shows confidence, and it may be underrated, but non-verbal communication also has a huge aspect in showing confidence. Because let's say you're fidgeting or you're avoiding eye contact or things like that, then that does not come off as confident, that does not come off as charismatic. And what does is like listening to the person attentively, looking at their eyes, and that is also very important. Coming to our next point, it is important to be updated about what is happening around the world, right? If somebody comes up to you and asks for your opinion on some current event, then it is important for you to know everything that's happening around the world, right? If you know, like, okay, about the war that's happening right now or something, it is so much easier to like start the conversation, and it is also easier to be more aware. And if something comes up, you're not blank and you're like, what is that? You shouldn't be like that. You should be more aware, and you should be like updated on the current affairs. Lastly, it is important to encourage people. Okay, if they tell you about something like small thing, okay, let's say like, oh yeah, when I was a kid I was like really interested in, like, let's say fashion designing, right? You should encourage them. You should be like, oh my god, I was too, but I didn't have the courage. You have the time, you should invest in it and maybe try to make a career out of it, right? And like give them advice in the form of encouragement or something like that. Tell them to, like, okay, you should do it, like you can do it. Encouragement also is charismatic, like it is extremely charismatic. Lastly, facts about yourself. Okay, what do I mean? We all have something that we love about ourselves, right? Like there may be some trait of yours that you're super confident about. Okay, for some it may be intelligent, for some it may be their communication skills, for some it may be something else. Like there's always something that you're really, happy about, that it is in you. And Think about that before starting the conversation. It is a fact that you are an amazing person or you have this amazing skill, right, in this particular field. Know that before you start the conversation. Like, let's say for me, I know mostly everything that's happening around the world. I'm a very updated person, okay, assuming that whenever I approach a person, I would think about that and I'd be like, I'm so good at this. I can be good at this too. And I'm gonna start a conversation. I'm gonna talk because, well, I can do everything, right? Use this fact as a motivation for everything else. If I can do this, why can't I do that? Confidence is literally at your fingertips, and you just have to snap and you have to just put it on you. And I know it may seem a bit like, okay, you can't do that, but you can. It is a choice. Confidence is a choice, and if you want to do it, you can, and you know that. Being like shy is not a bad thing, right? But it is important to know when to and when to not. Because in some situations, networking is like, it's like the golden opportunity, right? Let's say you're in a meeting with like amazing businessmen. You need to network. Like some situations demand confidence, while others you can be an introvert, you can be an extrovert, it's your choice. Confidence is a skill, and keep practicing and keep trying, and you'll get it. This is me, Nishka, from the Teenage Guide to Acceptance, signing off.